Okay folks, it's another driving Friday Waffle, hooray! Yeah, you're getting used to these, aren't you? I do apologise about the kind of lack of effort on my part with doing Friday Waffles. It's, well, you know, the simple matter is I've just really not had the time to record these in the house. But anyway, it doesn't matter, it's all about nothing to do with the visuals. Obviously you've got the eye candy, like myself and the ladies. It's more about the content. That's exactly where it is. It's like, think of Beam Rider on the Commodore 64. Shit graphics, awesome gameplay. That's a bit like how I like to, I would compare my channel to Beam Rider. Shit graphics, awesome content. So anyway, yeah. Always starts off, how the hell are you? I hope you're doing okay. I'm alright. I've had a bit of a cold the last couple of days. Nothing too major. Just, yeah, kind of sniffles, bit of a kind of choked up nose. I've got that horrible thing when you're in your bed and you hold the nostril, you go and it's like completely blocked. I had that. Still got that. Didn't bother doing a COVID test because I don't really see the point of it. You know, I'm not stupid. If I was going to be seeing somebody that was ill or whatever, then I quite simply would do it because obviously you've got to not be a dick. So yeah, what have I been doing from a, well, just, I was going to say from a gaming perspective, not a great deal. From a general life perspective, I was, what was I doing? I was at the weekend. Yeah. In fact, I did. Yeah, I was at a wedding. I was at a wedding for, I can't remember if I've mentioned this already. I was at my cousin's wedding on Friday. That's actually the third wedding that myself and Lee have been to in the last 6 months. So yeah, we're just waiting on the funeral to come along. Yeah, good. My cousin's wedding. I've only got 2 cousins. Now I know people that have got, like, they don't even know how many cousins they've got. They've got so many. I've only got 2, both on my like my father's side. They're considerably younger than myself. I mean, one of them, Stuart and Gavin, I don't know, they must be kind of early 30s, I think. So yeah, really nice wedding. It was my cousin Stuart got married. Great day, really good. Quite funny because the suit that I had on actually belonged to Gavin, my other cousin. They're both brothers, and I mean, Gavin he's probably late 20s, and I was talking to him at the wedding. I says, do you recognise this suit? And he went, no, should I? And I went, yeah, it was yours. And he went, how the hell have you got it? And I says, well, your auntie gave it to me. So hopefully he wasn't too pissed off. It was actually quite a nice suit. So that was Friday. Saturday, didn't do excuse me, didn't do a massive amount. In fact, did I not do a live stream on Saturday? I think I did. Yeah, I did do a live stream. I can't even remember what the hell it was. Yeah, it was the second half of the US Gold vintage years, as I like to call it. There was an advert that appeared in Computer and Video Games back in 1984, I think it was, and it was the very first advert that I'd really ever seen by this company called US Gold. And you know, back then the general standard of games on the C64 wasn't the greatest. Excuse me, you know, apart from guys like Jeff Mint or whatever, they were putting out good games, but a lot of the games that were coming out in like the 8-bits in the early 1984 weren't the greatest. And here was this advert proclaiming to have the gold of software from the USA. So it was stuff like Beachhead and Forbidden Forest and all these games. And yeah, this advert, I think it was Julian Rignall actually put a post on, I'm going to say Twitter because nobody calls it X. He put a post on Twitter just saying, oh, you know, 40 years ago this this advert was in the computer and video games, and it really resonated with me because I distinctly remember the advert. I can remember looking at the screenshots thinking, wow, I'd love to get some of these games, things like Bruce Lee and that as well. And so yeah, what I decided to do was just do a video. I was going to do an actual video itself, and then I decided, no, I'll not bother, I'll just do a live stream. So I featured the first kind of 12 games or 6 games in a live stream a couple of weeks ago, and then I did the remaining games on Saturday. What was interesting was, and here's a thing I want you guys to think about. Somebody said to me in the comments, I can't remember who it was, the best US Gold game was Drop Zone. Now, Drop Zone was not made in the US, it was made by Archer McLean, the late great Archer McLean. Did US Gold bring out games that weren't made in America? They must have, because I think America, apart from maybe Activision, Activision was still making games, you know, they were making games for the C64, I don't know, 1984, 1985, you had things like Ghostbusters, you had games like, I was going to say River Raid, that was an early game, Hacker, Little Computer People, that was obviously American software. But I think they came out under the Activision banner rather than US Gold. But yeah, I'm sure US Gold were still selling games well into the sort of like late 80s, or even possibly the 90s. And in fact, here's a thing, did US Gold actually sell games for the 16-bit machines? Because if they were, the chances are they weren't actually developed or programmed in the US. And the whole point of US Gold was it was a company that was importing all these games into the UK. Sorry for being so rude and yawning. It's just when I talk too much I tend not to breathe, which is never a good thing, folks. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a little drink of water. So yeah, let me know, did US Gold sell games that weren't made in the US? Because, like I said, Drop Zone, definitely, it was programmed in England by Archer McLean. So yeah, Friday was the wedding. Saturday, I didn't do a massive amount. My girlfriend, I saw her in the morning, sort of early afternoon, and then she went home, she had some stuff to do. Saturday night, I did a live stream. Sunday, I don't recall what I did. Still playing darts. I think I mentioned I bought a dartboard, so I've still been playing darts. Whilst I'm far from good, I'm gonna just keep this screen in my car keeps coming on. And what happened a couple of weeks ago when I was doing one of these car waffle things, the heat, it's like a small plasma screen. I mean, it must be that it generates a lot of heat, so that obviously filtered through to the phone. So I need to try and kind of keep the screen off. Yeah, Sunday, pretty nondescript, can't remember very much. Oh no, what am I talking about? Bloody hell, Sunday I was playing pool. I was picked. I use the term picked very, very loosely. I was picked because I had nobody else to pick. To play pool for Livingston B team. So I was representing my hometown at Poole. The road closed. You play, the way it works is there's a team of people and you play different teams. We were in a group of 4 other teams, and there was how many players? There was about 12 players, and you get picked to play, and you only get to play 1 frame. Now I played 4 frames, I lost them all. Apart from 1 frame, I played really, really well. I mean, I'm probably one of the least experienced people that was there, and trust me, I was pretty proud of how I played. I mean, I lost them all, but I gave the guys a good run for the money, and like the team captain did see that. He said, "You're very unlucky. You really, you fought tooth and nail for it." So that was good. So that was Sunday. That was my entire Sunday. I picked up a couple of the guys about 8:15 on Sunday. Didn't get home until about 11:30 on the Sunday night. Monday, can't remember. Tuesday, yeah, I was playing pool on Tuesday actually. Wednesday, not a great deal. Thursday, which was yesterday, it was a computer club night. Now, you've probably heard me mention the computer club. It was a club that was started, Christ, we're probably talking about 15 years ago, by a guy, and sadly, the guy that started it, a guy called George, he started the club, but he doesn't go anymore. He just decided one day that he didn't want to go back, but it's still going on. I mean, we meet once a month. We didn't meet last month, I'm not quite sure why, but it's always good. It's you know what, it's the one time of the month where I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just playing video games, and we're talking about video games, and it's great. It's, you know, you switch off. Like I've mentioned this before. It's like I'm 15 years old again. For that 3-4 hours, all you're doing is playing video games. So I took along my Mister, because it makes sense. Because, you know, what's the point of taking along an original Commodore 64 or whatever? The Mister does it perfectly. Switch off. Doesn't it want? Oh, there we go. Is it going to switch off? Don't know why it came on. So I took along the Mister. Great fun. I also took along the N-Go, the Spectrum N-Go, which I have to say, just to Steve, whilst I did mention that I've bought the Spectrum next, that's in a box, that's kind of been put away. Just going to look after that one. I'm actually playing the N-Go an awful lot. I tend to play it most days. Because I've got it all connected up, it's great just having it there, just to kind of switch on and enjoy. So yeah, that was that computer club last night. This Monday, I'm actually way down to Swindon. I go down there once a month, and I'm actually I'm meeting up. I'm not going to tell you who, but I'm actually meeting up with somebody who watches my channel. That's all I'm going to say. A few people probably know who I'm talking about, but you will find out, because yeah, let's just, I'm planning to make a video of my meet up with this person on Monday. Looking forward to that. YouTube wise now, I've always said that despite being somebody who makes videos about old games, I'm ashamed to say I watch very, 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 very little of my friends' channels, and it's not personal. It's just I don't have time. I hardly have time to make my own content without watching stuff. But, and it's a big but, one of my friends, a guy called Del Boy, who a lot of you will probably know who he is, he started up this new series where he asks his friends to nominate a game for him to play, and he'll play it for like half an hour. And there's maybe about 10 people that he asks, and then once he's asked the 10 people, he'll then go back and ask him for a second game. So I've picked, I think, 3 games so far for him to play, and I've got to say I'm bloody enjoying it, Dale. Really enjoying it. I love these little short, kind of snappy videos. They don't take up too much time to watch, and it's great to see somebody playing games. I will, yeah, I've got one complaint. The last game I picked for him was Battle Squadron, which came out on the Amiga and the Mega Drive, the Sega Mega Drive. Now, he ended up playing a version, which apparently is a fantastic version. That screen's come on again, get off. He ended up playing the PC version, because it's apparently, well, it's better. But, and it's a big but, I wanted him to specifically play the Sega Mega Drive one because it's balls hard. And that was why I didn't ask him to play it because it's a good game. I asked him to play it because I wanted to see him suffer. Nah, joking apart, I wanted to see if it's just me who is shit at the game. It's so difficult. So I did specify the Sega Mega Drive one, and he played the PC one, which I think was on an easier level. So it kind of missed the point slightly, but that said, it was still a great video, Del. So, but yeah, if I ask you to play a particular version, I would like if you could play that particular version, because like I said, for that game, it's balls hard, and I wanted to see. I was genuinely interested to see how he would get on playing that one. I've been going on and on and on and on and on for a couple of years about wanting to downsize my video game collection, or my hardware, etc. And the reason being, and I've said this before, and you're probably watching this waffle thinking, he fucking said that 2 weeks ago, and then 4 weeks ago he repeats himself all the time. I know I do. I'm off a certain age now where I'm not getting any younger. I don't use probably 99% of the hardware that I own. I mean, I've not got a massive collection of stuff, but I've got a lot of stuff. But the systems that I don't use them for a reason, and that reason is because I've got other ways of playing them. So things like the Commodore 64, the Spectrum, any 8-bit computer, NES, Sega Mega Drive, SNES, all these systems, I can play these on the Mister, and it's connected up to the TV, it's nice and handy, I've got all the games. And the reason I want to get rid of most of my hardware is I want to sell it while I can still make some decent money. Because if I hang on to them any longer, not using them, chances are I'm going to dig them out one day, and then I'm going to find that it doesn't actually work. Where is this guy going? He better not be going this way. No, he's not. That's fine. Yeah, so I want to sell them whilst they're in working order, which makes a lot of sense because I've not got the skills or the dexterity or the knowledge or anything like that to fix these things. So if I was to put on my like my PC engine or whatever, it just and it didn't work, I'm screwed basically. I've got no way of fixing it other than trying to get somebody to do it. So I started off, and I have sold 2 of the machines that were like, well, one of them in particular was like the holy grail, the Atari 800. It's gone. It is gone, folks. And whilst I'm sad to see it go, I'm glad it's gone, because it's not sitting in a cupboard anymore, it's not gathering dust, and more importantly, I'm not going to go to switch on one day and find out it doesn't work. So this, one of the guys, I'm not going to tell you who it is because it's private, I should be mentioning names, but there's a guy that I didn't realise he actually watches my channel. He'd watched my channel, he'd heard me going on about the systems. So he bought the Atari 800 and the Atari 400, so they were bubble wrapped to within an inch of their lives and sent off last week. So sad to see them go, but equally I'm quite relieved now. So that's the start of it. That's the start of it. There are going to be other systems. The ones I definitely want to keep, I'm keeping my Commodore 64. I've got the Spectrum N-Go, that's fine. I'm keeping an Atari. I've got my Atari 130XC, I think it is, which is great. I want to keep that. Keeping my Vectrex. I may also keep, I might keep the SNES and the Mega Drive, and the reason being is you're not going to get very much money for them. You might get like 80 quid. So for such little money, I think I would rather box them up and just have it there, you know what I mean? Because they're virtually worthless. So that's the plan. I mean, if there's anybody that's interested in my my Nintendo Virtua Boy, let me know. It's something that's I love having it, but I never ever use it, and it's one of these things. Again, it's one of these things that it might just stop working one day. So if anybody's interested, let me know. I mean, it's the only downside to selling to people that I kind of know, like the guy that bought the Ataris. You're torn between wanting to get as much money as you can, because that's the reason I'm not loaded. When I'm selling something, I obviously want to maximise how much I can get for it. But equally, you feel, because you're selling to like a friend, somebody that knows you, you do feel a wee bit kind of responsibility. So I think I'd like to think that the guy that bought them was happy with the price. I think he did, and I know they've arrived safely, and it was a pleasure dealing with them. It really was. But yeah, it's a weird one. You selling on like eBay. You don't know the person. You're getting as much money as you possibly can. But yeah, what stuff am I going to be selling? I've got an Atari 7800, I've got an Atari 2600, I've got the Neo Geo CD, I think that's what it's called. I've got the Virtua Boy. So I'm going to hang on to the Dreamcast, the Sega Dreamcast, because there is a way of playing Sega Dreamcast games, but the problem with machines like that is they're like ROMs and that kind of stuff. They take up a lot of space. Until maybe something comes along like a Mister that'll play Dreamcast, I'm going to hang on to Dreamcast. I mean, I've got a PlayStation 2. Again, it's not worth very much. Computer wise, yeah. So the stuff that I'm definitely selling, I've got an Atari 1040. Atari 1040 with one of the virtual drives. I've got a BBC Master B, a BBC B with the S3 drive thing. I'm sure I've got a couple of Acorn Electrons. If anybody's interested in any of these, then let me know. So yeah, let me know, folks. But yeah, that's kind of, I've made the first step. I've sold probably I've sold my prized possession, which happened to be a machine that I was never going to use, Atari 800. If I had loads of space, I'd have probably kept it. If I was able to have it on display, then I'd probably hang on to it. But I don't, and hence the reason it's gone. So if there's anything that I've mentioned, folks, let me know. Yeah, if you're interested, I'm sure we can come to some agreement. So that's been that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. How we're doing for time? 24 minutes. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I'm away Monday, and yeah, looking forward to tying up with this person, and all will be revealed next week. If I can be bothered, I might actually do a Sunday live stream. Not guaranteed, but what I'll do is I will let you know in the usual places: Discord, Facebook, and YouTube itself. If I'm going to be doing a live stream on Sunday night, I will let you know. I've got a couple of nice and nasties coming up. I've actually got two that are getting recorded next week. I've got one which was recorded this week, which is going to be coming out on Tuesday night when I'm down south. So you've got that to look forward to. Yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. So I was going to try and keep talking to irk it out for half an hour, but I've completely ran out of things to say. So I'm going to let you get going. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. And as always, folks, thank you very, very much for... Oh, just... Whoa, sweet child of mine. Wait a minute. Before I go, I just wanted to touch on Play Blackpool. That was last week. I hope everybody had a good time. I was watching a few videos. To be honest, watching the videos looks like you could be watching one from 3 years ago or 2 years ago. I have to say, I think that the guest lists, they're not, and this isn't disrespectful, it feels like they're starting to kind of run out of guests, if that makes any sense. I mean, John Romero was there this year, last year, the year before. There's loads of other guests that they could have. Rob Hubbard, why don't they try and get him? Yeah, I don't miss being there, but the thing that came over with all the videos that I watch is, like myself, when I do go to these things, people go for the company, they go to meet people rather than the event itself. Yeah, and was it last week, I think it was, I answered a question, yeah, about somebody asked me, why don't I organise my own Play Blackpool? The funny thing is, I don't know if I answered that or not, I can't remember, I'll answer that again. Would I have my own Play Blackpool type event, a Main Meister retro event? The problem with that, guys, is it takes a shed load of organisation. You need to get a venue. Then the biggest thing you've got is you've got to get machines. Now the thing is, between myself and all my chums that go to the computer club, we could probably have about, if you count main cabs, we could probably have about 10 arcade machines. We could have all the usual suspects, 8-bit machines, Amiga, consoles, we'd have enough equipment. But the problem you've got is you're allowing people to, members of the public to play your machines, and anyone that owns real hardware will know how fragile these things are. I wouldn't be overly happy having members of the public coming in and playing my machines, because yeah, if they break, it's on your head, you know what I mean? So whilst it would be possible, I don't see it happening anytime soon. You never know, you never know. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to get going this time. So like I says, folks, have a great weekend, and yeah, finally, thank you very, very much for watching.